how we can take care of ourselves without being so dependent on the supermarkets and on the vendors of people that sell food, especially food that has preservatives, like canned foods, which are really bad for you. So when I think about that, Mike, I think about keeping the fishing tradition alive. Nowadays, I've seen a big transition in the youth compared to the older days. In the old days, when my father was growing up, a lot of them had to either farm, hunt, or go fishing. The Tenbat clan, the Rosario clan from Mongmong, our forte was chinchulu fishing, but also Pop Tenbat also did a tulay fishing and other forms of fishing. But chinchulu was the main traditional art that I was taught. And I would say, Dad, I want to go. Can I go? And he'll say, no, not today. And I'll sit there and I'll look at him and I'll say, can I go, please? Then he'll look at me and he'll say, get your stuff. And I'll tell you that when you hear those words, get your stuff, it's like your day is so good already, started off so well. And I would grab all my gear and make sure I got everything and then jump in the truck with him. And it's still dark. And we head down to Mongmong to Pop Tenbat's house. And we would, start getting the nets ready and everything. But just being a part of that community, that fishing community, just being a part of that with my relatives, it made me feel like, somehow that I was important, that, I had my job to do. I had my part in this whole operation, right? So it's just the camaraderie, the community, the way that everyone's joking out there, playing around, they're catching fish, and it's just a different life that kids should know, So the more we teach our youngsters, the better off we'll be in the future, because a lot of kids now have transitioned from doing these daily routine fishing activities, hunting activities, farming activities. A lot of them now have transitioned into electronic activity, where they spend a lot of their hours online playing games. I mean, Fortnite is a big thing, and Roblox, and a lot of kids spend hours on that. So my son too is also one of those people that was doing that a lot. But now that he's 10, I started getting him in the water, taking him fishing with me, because I have an intention, when I take him out, my intention is to get him out, to get him exercise, let him understand what it's like to be in a community fishing atmosphere, and to learn to work as a team with these people, but to also learn to respect the ocean. But the bigger takeaway is he's catching fish. He's spending his time out there. He's exercising, he's catching fish, he's in the elements, and he's been bringing fish home. And I think that we need to do everything we can to protect our culture, our traditions, our way of life. And fishing is one way to do that. And there's many fishermen out there that are really good at what they do. There's young free divers now. There's people that go talaza, and we still see that portion alive. But the chinchulu, the art that I practice, in the 70s, there was so many of them. Then as we got to the 80s and 90s, it started dwindling off. And now it's very rare you're going to see a chinchulu crew out there with 8-10 guys doing it. Does more good for them to be able to catch it and feed their families, especially in this day and age. We're in a pandemic right now. People have lost their jobs. You know what Tumon Bay could do to some of these people if they could fish down there and bring fish home for their families? It would really help. It would really help. And then just go and create another preserve. Hey, close down Aganya Bay. Let Aganya revive itself for a while, And that's my take on that. A lot of people won't agree, and I understand. I respect everyone's opinion on that. But as a fisherman, I think it's only fair and right to protect the culture, protect the families that were down there, protect their livelihood. Tourism makes money for us, but you're making corporate companies rich, but you're hurting the smaller people, the important ones.